today I'm going to teach people what's some beginner tarot reading tips. Basically the walkthrough of how one should prepare and get ready to read tarot and how they read tarot for themselves or others. Hey, how you doing, Donna? How you doing? Hello, Sarah. Hey, Janet. And then I'm going to follow through with some mini tarot readings for everyone. And then after the show, I will be on the Best Psychic site conducting readings too for some fun time if anybody would like readings. So it's going to be a fun time. If you have any kind of questions on how to read tarot, post them below and I'll try to answer them. Also, last September, I was at the Best Psychic Fair and I will be there again. Hey, Ziomara, how you doing? Hola, ¿cómo tú estás? So I will be there again this year conducting tarot readings, and I had such a wonderful time last year, and I can't wait to see you all again this year coming up. So that will be great. All right. Hey, G. So people come to me all the time. I'm Emilie. I have been doing tarot readings since, oh my God. I started at 11, so it's almost over 20 something years I've been reading tarot. And then about 9 years ago, I started doing it full-time professionally. But I started because my family was into it. I'm Puerto Rican, and it's in our culture that a lot of people do divination, and you just learn from your aunts, you know, people around you. A lot of people is into spiritualism. And it's something that I just picked up on when I was a child. And from that point on, I started reading for family, friends, and then I started doing it more professionally. And now this is what I do full time. Thank you for sharing. I'm doing well, Ziomara. This is agua, water. So people come to me, Emmy, how do I read tarot? And sometimes, since I've been doing it for so long, it's hard for me to reverse it back, but I am a teacher by nature and I love teaching tarot. So the first thing that I would recommend, hey Kenny, how you doing? The first thing I would recommend if you want to learn tarot is to get yourself a Rider-Waite deck. This is how it looks. This is the borderless edition, okay? But I recommend the Rider-Waite tarot deck by US Games because it's a picturized deck. And I'm going to tell you the difference. See, this is the trumps. The picturized deck, this is the Two of Cups. You literally can see exactly what they're doing in the card, all right? And it's so much easier to interpret, understand, and memorize, and actually understand what's going on and what the card means. So this is a picturized deck. Now I'm going to show you something, guys. So this is the first tarot deck that is called the Witch's Tarot. This is not a picturized deck. All right. And this is what I mean by non-voice. The Marcellus decks are pretty difficult for you guys to read if you're just a beginner. So I don't recommend these type of decks because how are you going to understand the meaning of the cards just by looking at that? Okay. Picturized deck like the Rider-Waite, you understand, right? Just by looking at it in an instant, oh my God, this is family. This is a positive card. This means something good. There's people together and holding each other. So the first tarot tip I will give you, the beginner step, is definitely get a Rider-Waite deck, you know, or picturized tarot deck will be the first thing you should do. That's crazy. I just bought the deck. This is what Kenny's saying. Rider-Waite. If you go on Amazon, okay, because the best place, this could be tarot tip number 2, Amazon. Grab your decks from Amazon. It's easy. There's just a list of them. They're dirt cheap, and you can find your first tarot deck from them there. It doesn't need to be gifted to you. You just need to buy a deck to get started. It's that easy. I used to read from the first deck. This one, the witches one, this was my first one. It was difficult for me to read it, but so get a Rider-Waite deck. Maybe I should go and type that. I'll type that later. Okay. And the second step, so first you got your deck. The second step is to really put something soothing on, have some incense, palo santo, sage, sandalwood, things like that. You will want to go and clear your space and make it very sacred and cleanse it from all kind of negative vibrations, because you don't want the cards to kind of pick up the icky vibes around you, and you want to be calm and centered so you'll be able to read better, to interpretate the information better. All right, so that will be the Rider-Waite deck. Rider. That's cute. Rider. Let me write it. Rider-Waite tarot deck. There you go. That's the name of the tarot deck. So that's the easiest one for you to get. That's the one that's the most popular, the most famous, that most people own, and they read with tarot as well. All right, so you're probably seeing it all over the place. So the second step is cleansing your sacred space. The third is the shuffling. Okay, so I don't think it's shuffling. It's probably the third step is really stating your question. So a lot of times we just don't know how to state the question. We don't know exactly what we want. In the beginning, it's hard. Like you just want to draw cards and say, oh, what comes up, But I think it's very super important. And step number 3 is stating what exactly you want to know about. So let's take love, right? Hey, how you doing? It's going good for me. I'm in a very happy place right now. It's not too hot. It was humid the past few days. It's nice and cool. I'm happier, and yesterday was a pretty good day too. So it's stating your question. And this is very important, especially if you're a person getting tarot readings. I do tarot readings all the time. And a lot of my clients, when they come to me, they don't know what to ask. They just want a tarot reading. All right. So first is stating your question. You got to be very specific. Let's do, for example, if you want a love reading, people go, oh, I want a love reading. But then when they get their love reading, it's so general, it didn't answer any of their questions. So the first thing that you should be doing is stating your question. I want to know if me and, let's say, Thomas has a future together, a long-term relationship together. Those are very specific questions. About my job, I want to know if it is beneficial for me if I stay in this job or move to another job. Those are things that you have to state your question. All right. You hate the heat. I would never live in Florida. I'm in PA right now, Pennsylvania. I am from New York City. You can tell by the accent. Hey, Emmy Rose. I love your name because I'm into roses. My name is Emilie. Everyone calls me Emmy. That's a coincidence, right? So state the question. So after you state your question, thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. So after you state your question, then you take the cards in your hand and you focus on the question. All right. So you're going to focus on the question. You're going to really feel it. And then you're going to start to shuffle. Now, a lot of people ask me about shuffling. All right. So the next step is about shuffling. Really, don't be too hard on yourself when it comes to shuffling. I rifle shuffle. I shuffle very fast, but you don't have to shuffle that way. You really don't. Okay, so you're going to shuffle your cards. Some people just like to cut it like this and like that. But shuffle your cards and focus on your questions. And then when you feel it, it doesn't have to be, you don't have to shuffle for a specific amount of time. When you feel it, when you're tuning into your spirits and your intuitive ability, it's going to give you that kind of nudge when to stop shuffling, okay? And when you stop shuffling, that is exactly the moment you need to stop. Okay, you don't have to go beyond that. And then you're gonna draw cards. Now, if you don't have a specific spread for a beginner, I would just say draw 2 cards. Okay, draw 2 cards and keep it simple. Keeping it simple is a must when you are a beginner and you're starting to read tarot. If you was to, how can I say, if you was to start off with a Celtic spread, and it's like this huge spread, you're just gonna get confused. You're gonna get very confused. And hey, how you doing? Thank you for sharing, Ziomara. Hey, Kathy. So you want to start off with a small spread. The Celtic spread is a lot of information, and it might be very overwhelming, even if you see in that little white book and you're like, pushed to do it. Keep it simple. Draw 2 cards, and I promise you could even get clarity or more answers even faster. So when I do mini readings for people, which I'm about to do in a few, I shuffle till cards fall out. Lisa, that is very good. I'm going to just skip. I'm going to answer Lisa. When a card falls out, I always say, oh my God, this is spirit giving me, telling me to stop. And that card, for me personally, is always very important. That means that it fell out for a reason. So I'm glad you do that, Lisa, because I do that too. I stop and keep drawing after that, so it's very there. Lisa, you should read the cards that fall out. Yeah, read the cards that fall out too. If you choose to. If you don't, then you don't. That's, everyone has their own specific preference, and there's really no wrong way or right way to do that. That's another thing too. Okay, so then you interpret the cards when they fall out, or when you stop shuffling. You can decide to read upright or reverse. That is totally up to you. If you decide to read upright or reverse, I like to read reversals. I think it gives more information. But for a beginner, I do not suggest that you read reversals because it's going to be too overwhelming and it's too much information. So we want to keep it simple so we can learn and grasp the information faster. All right. So the last thing I would say for a beginner, all right, is definitely to read the cards by its meaning first. Take your time and analyze what's going on in the scene of the picture. Okay. So this is the 7 of coins. And this guy looks like he's waiting for something. All right. He looks like a farmer. He looks like he just really invested into working hard. And he's looking at the coins that's coming out the vines, like grapevines, saying, oh my goodness. And he's tired. But he invested a lot of work into it. So by looking at the picture and really analyzing it and saying, oh my goodness, this is what I see what's going on, it's helping you interpret it. All right. Then you can look into your little white book or a little book for information after that, and you want to combine it. All right. One last tip on how to read tarot and know how to advance your readings is grab a journal. I can't tell you. I have logs. I have logs of journals. When I first started reading tarot, I would write down the name of the cards. I write down the combination. I will write down the date and put my own explanation, and then wait a few days to see if it came true or not. And it helped me read better. It helped me understand what was going on. And then I based it on my life experience that week. And then I got more. This is water. Better interpretation, and it helped me be a stronger reader as well. And the more I did it, the faster I got, and everything just clicked like that. Okay, so that's my tips on how to read tarot for a beginner, and I know it will really help you as well. So let's get into some tarot readings. All right, give me a specific question. You remember how we talked about it in the beginning? So give me a specific question of what you want. Try not to ask for time frames. Let's just ask for information. All right. So if you have a question for the tarot for spirits, ask them below and I will try to answer them. Thank you, Wendy. Wendy says, sending you loving energy from Rocky Mountain. Bendición, Wendy, God bless you. Sending you loving energy too. So let's get into some tarot readings. Let me see who's the first one. who's the first one doing? Candy. Like and share. So you can get a tarot reading. Awesome tips. Thank you. I don't know, I just love sharing information with tarot. That's for sure. That's for sure. So if anyone wants to learn tarot, you're going to see the kind of descriptive reader I am. I'm going to break down the cards as I pull them out so you can see where I'm getting my information from and how I'm giving you your answers. Okay. Hey, Mary, how you doing? How you doing? Thank you for stopping by. Okay, so let's do Kenny. I think Kenny was the first person, right? Candy. Will I be getting a job soon? So let's see if you will be getting a job soon. So let's put, soon for me is the next 2 months. All right, let's see if you will be getting a job in the next month or 2. Because 3 months is not soon. That's a whole quarter going by. All right, let's see what I got. So it's funny because you remember, I think that was one of the cards I drew out today. Hey, Judy. Thank you, Mari. Thank you. Okay, Kendi, you asked about if you will be getting a job soon. So I was focusing on the next 2 months, all right? So here we go. We got the 2 of coins in reverse, which means you're juggling like this, and it may be a bit chaotic for you. And then we got the 9 of swords in reverse. So that means less stress, less anxiety, and that you might be very off balance for this first month. But the second month, I feel like you are going to get a job, and it's not going to be something that keeps you up at night. It's something that you're going to feel good about. So if it feels like all your worries and stress and anxiety is over back the second month. The first one looks very rocky. It's like the 2 of coins in reverse for me is someone that has to penny pinch and do all of this and is very off balance. There might even be some delays of bills with that first card. So you are going to get a job most likely in the second month. I will also say, I'm just going to tell you from my background, you will want to try to do something that you do to work with your spirits of the roads or the crossroads to open your door so that can advance that even faster. So I like doing offerings to the crossroads, to the spirits of the crossroads, to help me open my doors and directions in all ways. Okay? Yes, after the show, please visit me on the Best Psychic site if you want full readings, because I will be doing readings there too for some time. Okay, so let's see. Let me see. Who else? I'm a pro shuffler. And I've never been to a casino too, but yes, I am a pro shuffler. It's all those tarot readings. Okay. So Judy is asking, will my daughter-in-law stop doing drugs before they take her life? I think that is a very serious question, but let's look into that, Judy, okay? Let's see if I can help you or what also Spirit has to say about that. Wow, there's a lot of... Dee has also an issue with her daughter. You're welcome. Okay, so let's look. So remember what I said. You want to kind of focus on the energy. So let's look at the situation. Okay, let's see what I have and what's coming from the daughter-in-law. I hope it says yes, you know? Let's see though. Let's see. Emilie the Pro Shuffler. Oh, These cards make me feel really good. You know, for such a serious question about someone doing drugs and, you know, about them taking her life. So you must really care about her is the first thing that I need to tell you. If that's the question you're asking with this time right now that you have the opportunity to ask a free question, and you're taking your time to ask a question about her. That shows a lot of love. And you know, your angels see that, your spirits see that you have that compassion and love. And the first thing that I'm, you know, because we're empaths too, we intuitive readers, the first thing I'm getting is like, never change that. Never change that compassion and love about you, because it's gonna heal, you know, the family karma in general. Okay. And you probably was one of the people sent here to kind of cleanse that kind of negative karma through the family. And I'm not just talking about her. All right. So the first thing that your spirits and your angels are saying, never change. Never change that heart. Even if people try to take an advantage of you, you know, it's very hard to forgive, but never change who you are, because that is your light. You are a light bearer. All right. To answer your question though, so you have the Queen of Cups, and your prayers are being answered. I just want to tell you that. So the Queen of Cups is here. Oops. This one is, the camera's in reverse. The Queen of Cups is here, and this is a woman looking into her future, okay? The Queen of Cups is someone who does love herself, and it talks about a woman being more emotionally stable for a future of hers. So the first thing I'm going to say here, the first thing I'm going to tell you here is that she loves herself, and that she does have life. Oh no, that's my son. She does have life, and she does have like a long-term life too. And the Seven of Wands, which is was very exciting, talks about someone fighting and going uphill. You see all these little wands in the bottom, okay? These cards in the bottom, I mean, these wands in the bottom is basically saying that people are going to try to knock her down from her past. You know, and it's a really big problem. Maybe that talks about her past issues always hunting her, okay? But the Seven of Wands says that she's going to make it uphill and fight this, all right? She's going to fight this fight. She's going to win it. Your daughter-in-law is going to save herself, right? Because at that position, we can't save them. They're going to have to want to save themselves.